All right, I want everybody's brutal opinion. All right, we're about to head over and pick up the little Loki from the pinstripe. It's been over there for about a week, and I gotta be, I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, I'm a little bit nervous. Thanks to my son for one, but you know, my whole goal behind this was we have the little U2 emblem and put the little Okie houseboat up on the top edge on both sides of the boat. And my son's like, why would you do that? Just put little Loki, you know. Well, if you go search YouTube and you put little Loki, some young boy comes up with dirt bike racing. But if you put little Loki houseboat, I've kind of tagged all our stuff so it comes right up, so it's easy to find. So if you're out on the water and you're wanting to look for it, it'd be easy. But it's long, so I don't know. I'm a little nervous. We're about to jump in the other truck and run over there and get it picked up. The bird itself, I think, is probably going to look pretty cool. But I kind of gave him some directions on colors that I thought might look pretty good, but I also said, do what you want. So y'all guys are going to get to come along and see it with me for the first time. It's been there a week, so let's go see. All right, I wanted to show off a little bit of his work. Now, we're not expecting anything like this out there. I mean, it would be no reason to do that, but that's just a little bit. I'm sure you can see that beautiful paint. Of course, he's been doing this a long time right here in Oklahoma. And pretty much, if you don't know him, I can sure get you in contact with him. All right, we got time before they get here. Won't take long. So I hope, I've got you on camera, by the way. I hope this ain't a I told you so. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
The letters?
Yeah.
I think it'll look okay.
All right, well, let's go find out.
All right, let me make some bad decisions.
Considering my windshield's dirty, I thought we'd all get a first look at the same time. I really hadn't looked yet. Not exactly what I was hoping for. All right, well, after that little first view, I got to be really careful about what I'm feeling right now because, for one, it wasn't in my mind what I thought it was going to be like. I don't know that, I don't know, I just kind of think this would be a good opportunity for everyone to give their own opinions, and I really want you to be brutally honest about how you feel about it. For me, I have put so much hard work into this boat, and y'all, if you've watched my videos or you haven't, you might say, well, that wasn't that hard. Well, for me, I'm not Mr. Fix-It, and any work is a lot of work for me. So I'm pretty, I don't know, I really had a lot higher hopes for than what I'm seeing. I do think, well, for one, you see the little YouTube emblem up there. I had originally wanted it to be in front of the lettering so that when people were out on the water and they seen the boat, they knew it was, you know, YouTube related. Come over here and take a look at the other side. Now I do like, well, like I said, when I got there, the little YouTube up there was not there. I asked him to add that on both sides of it, which I hope the sun's not clearing us out of here. And I'm going to go back and edit a lot of the first of the video where it doesn't really tell who he is, because it's not fair, I think, for me to, how do I say this? Because I'm not real happy with it. It's not fair for me to say anything about his quality of work because, guys, to be honest with you, his quality of work is superb. But his forte is more hot rods, motorcycles, stuff like that. And I think I know, when it came right down to it, why he didn't do everything he said, because, and I told him I wasn't happy with it for what that's worth. And I think a lot of that is probably why some of the detail work wasn't done. I don't think he put a whole lot of thought in, you know, the boat itself and where he put the YouTube logo and how wide he did the little Okie houseboat. You know, he said he did it so that you could be quite a ways away from the boat on the water and still be able to read it. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm putting too much stock into this. That's why I'd like to know y'all's opinion. That YouTube logo right there, my buddy thinks that we could color sand it off and hopefully buff it and would never see it, which I think if I did that, that would make it a little better. But the guy that painted it said, no, that red's gonna bleed through and you're always gonna see it. Well, if that's the case, that's gonna be a real bummer. And if I just get to the point where I can't stand it, I could always paint the top of that. I just don't wanna do it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should just wait and shoot this video a little later. But anyway, the whole point to the detail work and everything was, you know, we were originally talking about this when I was at his place. He, you know, how much you want to spend. I've done business with him before. I said, you know, whatever's fair. He said, you know, no, tell me your budget. And I said, well, what do you think? And he said, oh, to do both sides, about $1,000. I thought that was too high. I mean, I don't think that right there is that big a deal to paint. And the lettering, you know, I could have went and got stickers done for, you know, $50 and do both sides. So I thought that sounded a little high to me. Maybe I'm getting old and I'm wrong, but I said, no, I thought you do it for like $250 a side, $500, and still thought that sounded high. But I think when it came right down to it, that's why he didn't do all the detail work and everything, because before I left there, I kind of said something. He said, well, I was trying to stay within your $500 budget. Well, I don't like that, you know, I would have rather you say, I can't do as quality of work for 500, but you know, for 700, I'll detail out the bird and I'll think it out a little. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much into this, but the boat means a lot to me and not happy. I'm not. I'd really like y'all's input. Be honest, you know. My wife looked at it. She hadn't seen it in person. I sent her a picture. She said, oh, I like it. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I was just expecting way too much, because I know what kind of work he does. I've seen what he did on my car and other people's stuff. And I was really expecting something just bam, you know, blow your mind. And, well, y'all tell me, leave me comments.